Chairs thrown and tables toppled, hands armed with broken bottles. Standing no chance to win, but we're not running, we're not running. There's a point I think we're missing. It's in the air, we raise our fist.
Alright, hi everybody, it's Mr. Metro 56 and I brought you yet another Wi-Fi battle. This is for today's upload. So, here is a Wi-Fi battle against Paco on Hayden's new chat, boss or something, I'm not sure. It's just like booze or something. Alright, so, yeah. So I'm going to lead off with my Rose, since this is a UU match, and he's going to get his Registeel out here. So I'm going to try to go for a sleep powder to make it, because this thing needs to go to sleep. I'm not sure if this is a sleep talk Registeel with rest or something. But now he's going to switch out. I go, and I take this time to set up my spikes. And since I am, but this is a Scarfed Nidoking with Fire Blast, so I'm gonna go for the attract. Hopefully it will not hit me with Fire Blast, since it did miss the last time. Okay. And yeah, too late. This is actually a live match. Well, yeah, I recorded it live, but I'm narrating it the day after. So now he switches back into his clear coat, and I'm thinking about switching, so I'm going to switch into my Slammer, my Heracross, to possibly go for a close combat or something like that. Maybe, yeah. So now he switches out. He brings in the Sea Beast with the Toxic. I'm thinking that this thing has Marvel Scale, but even with the Choice Banded close combat, this thing does a lot. So now, he goes to the Protect. I go for another close combat, making sure that this thing, knowing Paco, now this guy knows that I am banded. But anyway, it's just a 2-shot, since she's just poison stalling the death and stuff. Now I get my Moxie boost, which is really nice. Now he brings back the Nidoking, since this is a Scarf. I did not know until now that this is a Scarf Nidoking. But now, a Fire Blast. I already have -2 defense, so I obviously died. So that was really bad, since I could have taken out that Registeel. I should have switched that into something. But oh well. Now I'm going to bring out my bitchin', my Milotic, because this thing is always bitchin', because this thing never dies. Knowing that this thing is going to switch, I'm going to go for the substitute on the switch. Get my lefties. We all get lefties because we love eating that little apple thing. So I'm going to go for a Scald. Since that's the only thing I can hit it with, I'm just going to keep on going for Scalds until it dies. And then once it dies, I'm probably going to switch into something. Now, I bring in my Candy. And I woke up, he goes for a Shadow Claw. And I take that very nicely, which is good job for Candy. So I'm thinking I'm going for a Calm Mind. Oh wait, no, I go for the Will-O-Wisp, sorry. So I go for the Will-O-Wisp, so this thing can't do anything to me. Like, since this is a physical attacker, it's probably going to have the damage. And then I'm just going to go for some Calm Minds and stuff. So hopefully get some more damage on this. So yeah, I go for a Calm Mind. As this guy goes for Stealth. He sets up his rocks, which I am not too worried about. It's not like I have anything that is bad for it, except for my Shiny. I think he'll take that badly, since he is fire. And yeah, so now I'm gonna go for my second Calm Mind, seeing what he's gonna do. Turns out he's just gonna go for a Seismic Toss, I take that pretty well. I still live it with like 100, well over 100 HP. Ready for me to go for, I'm gonna go for the volt switch, since that's the only thing that's gonna be like neutral affected to it. I do have the ice beam, but it's not gonna do anything, right? So now, as my little pen dances on the pad, I go into my bitchin' again to take a seismic toss like a monster. Since this bitchin' is like so freaking awesome, since it is my bitch. So now, I'm pretty much just gonna go for yet another substitute on the switch. And now he brings in the king, which is not actually king. Since this thing is scarfed, it could not do anything to me now, but now it has the, yeah, it does have Thunderbolt. I was thinking about Thunderbolt, but now I have this, free Scald to go at it, which does take him out. Which is awesome. You know, it's always like that Needle King could have been like really bad for me. Now brings in Hacks, which is a Togekiss, and I'm like, well, since I am a special defensive wall, I can at least get a Toxic off this thing, and then poison it. So, yeah. So now this thing is gonna go for yet another Air Slash, and I'm just gonna die to it. It's just gonna get toxic damage. So yeah, bitch, you did your job. It's pretty good. Sad that you had to go that way, but yeah. Pretty cool though. Okay, so here goes Candy. I'm just gonna go for yet another Volt Switch. But it turns out that this thing is faster, I believe. Yep, it is faster, and I die. So that's sad. So now Candy is gone too. And Candy is just awesome. Sad to see Candy go. So now I'm gonna bring in my shiny. I know that I can at least live one Air Slash or anything that this thing can hit, can throw at me, and I can get a free Life Orb T-Bolt on it. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's scarfed or anything. Probably not, since this thing does have like pretty good thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go into. So he's gonna go into his Donphan. I go for the Grass Knot, since this thing is pretty heavy, but it does have the Sturdy. He does go for the Rock Polish, but then I find out that this thing is actually Life Orb. So, it doesn't really matter, since I was gonna die to Life Orb anyway. So, yeah. So now I'm thinking, alright, what can I throw in that's gonna be able to get some damage? So now he brings in again his freaking Registeel. I'm just gonna go for the Earthquake with my Goggles, since Goggles is just freaking awesome, because it looks like he has Goggles, since freaking red eyes. And it's just like my favorite dragon Pokemon. So now he brings in his Angoose. I'm thinking that I could do some stuff. I could see what he's gonna go for and go for a Roost, so then he wouldn't do anything. So he goes for a close combat. It doesn't really do that much. It does almost over half. I go for the U-turn, and then I'm going to switch into my Rose, since my Rose is awesome. And this guy has Toxic Orb. I'm not sure if he has Quick Feet. So, but even with the Quick Feet, I would still beat it. Like, yeah. So yeah, I win 2-0. So that's a good game. Paco. Bye.